receive your daily bread, you also ought to be connected to the vine. You can't receive that daily bread and be disconnected, because the life is in the vine.
Right.
But every day you ought to receive a daily bread, some wisdom that God has revealed. And it ain't just for you, because this is to us word.
Right.
To us, towards others, to make a difference. But I've been noticing a pattern and a trend, and I'm sure you have too, how that you see a lot of what churches are going through today now. You know, they've gotten past the late night series and the game show hosts and all the other services that they have whenever it's all about prosperity and fun and doing whatever you want to do. And you kind of realize that when a recession hits, the fun is over. And you also notice too that a lot of churches are realizing that they have to dig deeper now in order to find a reason to keep some of their members coming back to the congregation. Members who unfortunately are experiencing something that their faith has not strengthened to the level of. And now the tree is casting untimely figs. And getting off the platform of being believers and looking for anything that seems to be a solution. And with that, the devil's got in this he's got an entire collection of images that you're welcome to serve at any time. Images that will give you the illusion of something that is true, but in content it's empty. They give you the illusion of something that seems like a fix, but under the hood, there's no engine. And as I was reading this passage here, the Lord opened my eyes to something, and I want to share it with you. And I didn't understand this. No, that I didn't understand this at first like I understand it now. But only because, once again, I had to go through something. I had to go through something in order to understand what it was I was looking at. And that's the way God reveals the revelation of the Scripture. He said, I'm going to build my church upon that rock. Everyone thought it was one other thing, but simply was the rock of divine revelation. You know, a church which God has built and not man. Divine revelation can't come through man. If man could give divine revelation, you'd have to pay him for it.
That's right.
You'd owe him something in return. But all God really wants is your heart. And he can unveil his will, his divine will for your life. One that is not based on the superficial or images, but one that is based on content, based on structure, that's got some real framework, where 1 + 1 still equals 2, where you actually build some volume.